and
Wait, we're
partying.
going to be partying all night long?
Don't underestimate
Into
Peruvian
the early,
partying,
into
man.
the early morning. I mean, Toby has a flight to catch in a couple of
He
hours.
might not even make it, dude. He might still be here.
Right.
All right, we're underway. Got the Night Stalker first ban coming out from SG. Alliance takes out that Viper, that pesky, annoying hero. They don't want to deal with that kind of meta. We see like the separation of it. We see like the Europe meta, and then we see the Brazilian meta. The Brazilians have a completely different priority, at least in the majority of their heroes.
Late Dominator annoyance. So what's next for Alliance? What do you remove? Is it going to be that Tarmo, Enigma, or the Rubik you mentioned?
Yeah.
To you that it's been really good for them.
I'm wondering if they even care about the Rubik. Yeah, so they take out the puck instead. So the Rubik is left. SG was first picking it in their days before, but now they're going to go for the Dazzle. They won both games with that Dazzle earlier today versus Spirit, so...
What do they pick alongside the Dazzle?
In one of the games, they opened with Earth Spirit, the second one was the Puck. They changed the rest of the picks, though. Puck was the recurring theme, though. It was Dazzle Puck. So them banning the Puck Alliance definitely says a lot how much they're giving respect.
There's always that threat with like first phase Dazzle, the Drow Engine comes out in the second phase, or even just picks up now. I think the Alliance know exactly what's up.
What opener do they want to go for?
Bristleback.
Still going for their Bristle?
So that was banned out a lot in the second phase throughout drafts. Earthshaker as the follow.
You see the difference. That's what we were saying. Like the difference in the drafting between all these teams. Every team has a different perspective and observation on the way that the meta is right now and the way that they prioritize heroes. Has anybody else actually picked Bristleback here? I think I've seen like very few.
I think I've seen it at all. I mean, Earthshaker was a hero that we were talking about yesterday, right?
Yeah.
As a hero that we kind of wanted to see. Today we've seen, you know, 2, maybe 3 games. This will be like the third game of Earthshaker that we've seen. But
I've only seen, Alliance is the only team that I've seen that just picked Bristleback at all this time.
It's been pretty cool also watching, you know, TI qualifiers go from group stage to playoffs, and even the meta shift drastically. Like there's this huge sort of chasm between the two drafting styles.
Yep.
Now I watched a lot of the Chinese though, and I got used to the group stage now. It's like, okay, Shaman Sanking every game, and then all of a sudden it comes to playoffs, and that's just gone. It just doesn't happen anymore, and it's like DK first, Puck first phase, and there's all these kind of pre-made strats that people have, you know, prepared overnight. That they've kind of figured out, okay, this is what we pick against this. They realize this is the strength and the weakness in our team. Yeah, it's going to be doing well against their opponent.
When teams have a lot of time to prepare for it, that's when you start seeing those kind of like things like, oh, they scrimmed, let's say, like there's another team they had drafted, they're like, this works really well versus the team that we're going to be playing against, and they decide to just go with it. It's really cool. It's a really good place that Dota's in, where you can see a lot of different variety in heroes. Maybe not everything, but we're getting to the point where there's a good amount of balance coming out.
Like how much Invoker have we seen? A couple of games here and there.
Very rare.
But I don't think I've seen SG on any of the games that I've watched.
No, it's one of Adriano's more favorable heroes, though, like in the past. Lina, the Invoker, were good ones.
I guess against Bristleback, having that EMP is always incredibly strong. Come mid-game, it's very susceptible to that. There is the Tarmo Enigma.
Yeah, the top one is good, man. SG, let's put him into another force to ban Coddle. They don't want to do with the Coddle Bristleback shenanigans.
Then what do you aim to ban now? It's so hard. You don't know if Bristle's going to be mid, off, safe lane. Earthshaker can be wherever he wants to as well. Although they are dire side.
Yeah.
Alliance. So they won't have that Earthshaker Radiant pull. That sort of fish block that we've seen so often.
You can still do it from the other dire side.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you just have to cut a trigger.
Ah.
Yeah, you put the left of that hard camp anyway. Usually, it's very similar. So I see that you guys are talking about music, and we're really loud. We don't mean to be loud, but I don't know what music you guys are talking about. We actually don't hear any music. Nothing. We had music earlier. We had like some classical stuff. There's nothing else right now. So if it's really loud, just let us know.
Some people want it louder. We have no control. We have no power here, Fogged.
I'm just waiting to see what the updates is as long as they let us know. So, I mean, I don't know. We're just going to start getting trolled.
Vengeful Spirit from Alliance, one of Hanskin's heroes. Going to give you that ability to get vision from the Wave of Terror, but also swap people out of danger. If the Bristleback's up on a tier 1, you can swap him out if he's jumped on by heroes like the Nyx.
Yep. Good hero for like just a 5-man as well. You get the aura. You can have that defensive swap and the aggressive swap as well.
A guaranteed stun.
Yeah, and a guaranteed stun.
So good for chasing down and getting up onto a target that Bristleback so loves to do, and up in the faces of his opponents. And out comes the Omni Knight from SG. Guardian Angel, Repel. Very, very good against these aggressive lineups, being able to save your teammates, but extend team fights. And now they've got 2 saving heroes here.
Interesting. Yeah, they've... So which one's going to be the offlane then? The Nyx or the Omni Knight? I would imagine the Omni Knight. They probably want to disable on one of their supports.
Yeah, I'd assume the Omni as well. Nyx Assassin as that 4-roll has become incredibly powerful.
I usually see Tavo playing the Nyx, but I mean, Dazzle Omni supports does not sound good at all. So I would not imagine him doing it. So yeah, it's more than likely Tavo playing that Omni.
What do you pair up with it? Nature's Prophet from Yunasum Fan will be there for Alliance, adding in a bit of split push, but also allows them to make up the numbers, push towers, and just really ties in with the 5-man style that they do like to play once they get a couple of items up on their core heroes.
Yeah, they're the only team that's actually been playing this type of style, where they're just like lanes. They pick like really strong lanes, and then right after laning phase, they just like 5-man like death ball and take all the towers and just press their advantage super hard.
And even if their lanes don't go particularly well, they've been able to come back in certain situations, you know, taking good fights around Roshan, for example, coming back into games which seemed lost, and then they shift into gear and start doing the 5-man. As the OD comes out from SG, so that's going to be the target for Repel.
Yeah, Omni OD. OD also gets that pure damage versus Bristleback. It's one of the better heroes versus him. Can be quite nice. He also now can have like Astral to set up for like the Nyx Assassin or for some like rotations if they want to do it. Like Astral into like a Dazzle or Nyx TP, and then they can actually go for some setups if he wants to go for something like that.
And Mana Burn against Earthshaker Bristle is incredibly good.
Yeah.
2 strength heroes that do rely very heavily on their skills and their mana pools.
Yeah.
So both teams, it looks like here, I guess SG definitely looking for their 1-roll for their safe lane. Alliance maybe a little more open-ended, still unsure where the Bristle or Earthshaker are going. But,
yeah, their draft is still very ambiguous for certain. SG's is a lot more straightforward and obvious. You know that they needed their safe lane.
Who's been playing Bristle for Alliance recently? It feels like an era hero. So I'd assume that would be their safe lane. Then Earthshaker for Pablo. Feels like one of his. Go around, cause some havoc, get into the thick of things. So, I don't know. Mid-hero for Alliance. What's Limp going to be playing?
I'm trying to think it's like a 5-man. I'm thinking Dragon Knight for some reason. I don't think it's particularly great. Like,
SF?
But it's their like group up thing. SF could work versus the OD. Sounds up pretty decent for that.
Something that he's been known to play around with.
Just want him to have a good lane. That's pretty much the main focus. That's what Alliance has been doing a lot, is focusing on lanes and then just having like a pretty good overall like 5-man draft.
What about something like a Death Prophet? Does that get screwed over too hard by Nyx and OD?
And Dazzle, yeah. The Weave, you're a very low armor hero already. It really can't hurt. Even though you're not playing versus any physical though, so. I guess, I mean, Death Prophet I guess could work. Have they played it recently? I don't think I've seen a Limp.
I don't think they have. It's just something that, looking at the hero list, kind of came to mind. It has been a lot of, you know, Shadow Fiend, Puck, Dragon Knight, like you mentioned just now, full Limp. Templar Assassin's one that they've been playing around with as well. You know, lots of minus armor there with Venge, Bristleback, decent against the OD right in lane. Gonna hit towers pretty hard.
Their team fight doesn't look that great then though, but SG, they have no idea what to ban. They just end up banning out of Sanking. They're expecting maybe one of these three to maybe be
off-lane Shaker, mid Bristle. That can't be.
No,
it's got to be
Yunasum
Fan off-lane Furion, right?
I would wonder why they banned the Sanking.
Maybe they think it's Limp mid Earthshaker. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Wow, okay, they pick a Queen of Pain with an OD. They have no hard carry. They don't have a, I mean, they have an OD.
I guess Alliance don't have, like, a Bristleback can buy BKB, but he'd rather not to in most cases. A lot of their magic damage can still filter through into the heroes. And
so they're going to be having their OD act as their full hard carry with the Queen of Pain as their 2. So is it safe lane? Safe lane OD?
Yeah, mid quad. It's an interesting one, hey?
Or do they want the Quap bottom, and they want to be able to move around with the supports, and they want to have a decent matchup for Quap. No, Quap doesn't even do well versus Nature's Prophet.
Bizarre. I don't think I've seen safe lane Queen of Pain for a long time. You know, Chinese teams used to do it a hell of a lot and would even buy Shadow Blade on the Quap. But that was a good, 2 years ago, or maybe even a little bit more.
I think Alliance is probably like in the same position we are right now. I think they're probably a little bit confused. Are they on the other side this time around? Is Alliance on this? Alliance is on this side, so they're probably going to do their little chant thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
They picked the Templar Assassin. So it doesn't help the team fights, but it's about the lanes. It's all about like that 5-man, that lanes, and also getting that Roche. Their Roche potential is massive, and here they are, getting in their huddle. They're ready. You guys can actually see them this time since they have these cameras, so you can actually see for once what they are
getting.
Their morale boosting.
Well, they're ready to go. Alliance against SG Esports. This is game number 1.
So it's Tavo. We got the Omni Knight right, of course. The Omni Knight's the off lane, but it's actually, so it's safe lane OD, and it's Queen of Pain mid.
It's Queen of Pain. And Alliance, as expected, Era Bristleback, Pablo Earthshaker, everything slots into place. As have all of Alliance's drafts. It's not necessarily been easy to gauge what they're going to be picking, but it's relatively simple to see what lanes they're going to be going to as the draft progresses. It's like clockwork. The algorithm gets followed through.
Yeah. Guardian Angel can be pretty good in this game. A lot of physical damage coming out from Alliance. Not really a crazy amount of magical. It's like Earthshaker, the Magic Missile, and Nature's Prophet Ultimate, and that's it. Everything else is strictly physical.
Usually Omni Knight is very hard to gank in the offlane, but in this game with Bristle Earthshaker and Venge, and potentially a Nature's Prophet TPing in, do you think Tavo will struggle in the offlane?
He could, depending on what happens with if they do dual lane. If they do Omni Nyx can actually like get a bit up there, but it's scary as well. You're playing versus an Earthshaker. Those fissure blocks could completely mess everything up for you. And they did the like double stun. They have the Earthshaker and the Venge. So if they can actually like lock somebody down in a bad over aggressive position, the Bristleback can stack some good amount of coils and they can get that chase potential. So we'll see how they start the lanes out. I think it probably will be that dual lane starting top, because they really like to do that for SG to give Tavo a good start.
Oh, here we go. SG against Alliance. Game number 1. 1 game advantage to Alliance in this best of 5 as we get ourselves into the grand final.
Bear with us, guys. It's been a long day for everybody here. Smoke coming out right away from SG. TP up bottom for the Dazzle, trying to get that good ward placed. Pablo getting a mid ward for a Templar Assassin.
What are these items coming through? So HFN has a Null Talisman with some branches, and Queen of Pain has gone for a side lane build. Lots of regen.
So it's OD mid and Quap safe lane then. All right.
Swapping things up a little bit.
Yeah, Adriano's playing the safe lane, Queen of Pain, HFN's playing mid. This is it's strange. Strange to say the least. Not really. I don't know. When I see these, when I saw the Ember Queen of Pain earlier today, and then I see OD and Queen of Pain in the same team as well, and you're playing versus a team that has very hard scaling, I think you're in for some trouble if you don't snowball really hard in the laning phase.
And hard 5-man as well when they get up and running.
They get up and running, and these guys hit buildings. You look at SG's team, they do not hit buildings. So Queen of Pain is their tower hitter. Alliance has Templar Assassin, Nature's Prophet, Bristleback, plus Avenge Aura. Their Roche potential and tower taking is
significant.
Yeah, it's infinitely better than SG, to say the least. And they're going for an invasion play with the Nature's Prophet and the Earthshaker Avenge.
Oh, they for sure are.
And they're going to claim
treants out.
3 runes.
1 for Yunasafan means that he will be moving even faster into those phase boots, already with the brown boots up. He wants to be laying in the harassment to the SG supports, whoever's down on this bottom lane. It looks like for now there will be the Nyx and the Queen of Pain, while Pablo gone for a bit of a wander.
Is he going to go for the courier?
I think he does, Fod.
I think he does go for the courier.
Does he have a ward? He's just going to be standing there. He's coming. Little Wolfie walking across into the arms of Pablo. 1 hit, 2 hit. Where's the punch? He's got it.
That's pretty devastating. They are dual laning mid, though, to pressure Limp, at least. So that's the one thing for HFN there, but now he's low on regen, and it's a big surge of income toward the Alliance direction. So Templar Assassin can get a better start out in that mid lane. And the Nature's Prophet, you mentioned he got the bounty rune, going to get faster to get those phase boots. Yep. they're going to be even faster now with that being taken out. He's going to have the blades of attack already.
Already up to like 450 gold. That's an insane burst of income for him. So this middle lane, Dazzle is obviously going to be able to trade hits with the TA and burn regen a lot faster. Earthshaker can throw a Fisher like this. Block, is that? No, I thought it was blocked in for a second there.
Still hard for them to really get that kill. There's no really, they just need to walk up and like right click him. It's high armor hero, the OD early on. Alright, Nature's Prophet is going to get a lot of farm down in this bottom lane, and he's getting majority of the denies. 6 for him already. Probably maybe 1 or 2 with trains, but he can. That's what I was talking about. Like, you can actually bully Queen of Pain pretty hard as a Nature's Prophet just by right-clicking him or her. Nyx Assassin went for Mana Burn level 1 to make sure that those treants don't get spammed, so that's a pretty good decision coming out from King RD there.
But look at Limp. He's doing pretty fine. 1v2, even in CS. It's only 4 denies behind, but it's perfectly fine just for him. And top lane, the lane that we haven't really looked at, is that Omni Knight in a 1v2. Hanskin and Era now playing aggressively into Tavo's Omni, chasing him down, chipping away. Now those HP reserves forcing him away from the creep wave as the clarity from Hanskin gets popped by the purification of the Omni. It's going to be annoying for him to stick around in lane with Earthshaker lurking around as well, coming in from the side.
Yeah, since Pablo started mid to snipe that courier, it gives Tavo this type of situation in the top lane where he's actually able to force experience and a good chunk of last hits because it's just a dual lane versus him, and Omni Knight doesn't really care about that. He's actually at 14 already. I know a lot of those are the small camp though.
Well, small camp got buffed, right? More gold, more experience. Nice Fisher. Oh, HFN traps, but not taking tower damage. He will be able to make a bit of distance. There's the Astral onto the Furion, and there's no further stuns. Nature's Prophet. Did he even have a Sprout? He doesn't. He's level 3.
Oh, that's painful. Doing that kind of rotation as a Nature's Prophet doesn't feel that great. However, he is level 3. If he wants to just go to the jungle really quickly, he can. Because he is a bit afraid of that bottom lane with that Nyx Assassin babysitting the Queen of Pain. It becomes a little bit more difficult. Until he gets phase boots. Which he should have soon.
The Ray didn't have their career back though now. Let's deliver out a few little items here for the OD boots, and it looks like he's heading into that second null. Not going to go for the bottle just yet, says Limp.
They are straight up dual laning though in this mid lane. Their levels are suffering. HFN gets Fisher blocked again, has to go all the way around. He's going to miss a lot of experience here. They're denying the mid-range creeps, denying 2 melee creeps as well.
Yeah, Limp is doing very well in this mid lane. What's King RD up to now? He's just wandering around on bot. He has a PMS on the Nyx Assassin. He's going to be good against the Treants.
He needs something to be able to walk up and help the Queen of Pain versus the Nature's Prophet, but he just needs to be as efficient as possible on this Nyx to make sure he doesn't get under-leveled. Because if he's just focusing too much on zoning, he will definitely get under-leveled. They need him to actually be able to have that ganking potential. The Furion TP, C4T getting chased out right now by Pablo. The Fissure, the Sprout to block him as well. Easy pickup for Jonas. That's a first blood, and that will be the phase boots being coming out very soon now for him.
Great rotation there. And Pablo has honestly, he's been a real shining star on Alliance. His movements, his impeccable rotations, very little redundancy in the moves he makes. He always has a clear idea in mind and very rarely fails to commit and actually get the job done.
I feel like I always see his rotations work, actually. Pablo always seems to have a very good read on where he needs to be in the game. Bottom, Jonas. He can buy the phase boots if he wants to. Oh, he actually gets the juke on the stun. He tries to TP out. The Fissure as well saves his life. And now Pablo might be able to get a clean up here. The Treant. And now he's got a TP coming down for the Nyx Assassin as well. He's got phase boots finished up. Do they have enough right clicks? The PMS, though, coming into play.
Do they have another Fisher? Pablo is low on mana. He has it now. Blocks him up, and the Treants come in. They've got another.
Right when we compliment him, we're literally like, he always seems to be at the right place at the right time. Right there, he TPs at the exact moment he needs to save the Nature's Prophet, and they net a double kill because of that.
Spot on from Pablo. He's got a plan in mind, and he executes perfectly. Now they move C4T Dazzle up towards top lane, try and put some more pressure onto Era. This Bristleback getting a little bit out of hand.
Has Pablo been stacking as well? Who's been stacking the Ancients? They have 2 Ancient stacks already. I think maybe Nature's Prophet stacked one when he was walking by, but I think one of them was actually stacked by Pablo when he was around mid.
Yeah, he's gone
and
back
he's going to do another one. Yeah, he's being very efficient with his time usage.
Pablo, God.
Yeah.
Well, this Omni Dazzle lane is going to be annoying, but bottom, Adriano puts the pain into Yonasan with that Shadow Strike. We'll be able to, it looks for a rune, but it's spawned up atop. It's an invis. Given over to the Earthshaker, in fact.
That's a good play, though, to give that bottled invis. That's the dream as one of your roaming fours, getting these invis runes early.
Talvo has no
set
mana.
Up on top. He's got the fissure. He's going for C4T. The block isn't perfect.
Oh, the grave is there. The stun from Venge. It slows C4T down, but another enchant totem. The purification saves the Dazzle's life, though. Era won't be able to move forward and get any kills. Good move again from Pablo, but the fissure, unfortunately, on the wrong side.
Shrine is up. SG is able to use that one, and they're going to be able to come back to the lane shortly. And they're continuing to do the stacks. Pablo wants to stack this Ancient up again. Oh, he actually did not get the aggro off. He was too low. He doesn't want to die to Ancients by accident. They end up using the Shrine, though. Do they have a smoke that they want to make a rotation with? They actually do not. And now the smoke gets brought out as they use that Shrine. So ideally they did probably want to be able to use a smoke there and make a play. But
there's no ward coverage there. Pablo does have free reign just to wander on over.
Yep.
As Nature's Prophet goes back into the jungle, collects a bounty rune, has hit level 6. This is another key moment to strike for Alliance with the Nature's Wrath doing so much damage globally.
Looks like there's a, I'm not too sure what happened. I believe that was Limp. Limp just told him like 2 seconds, I think. I saw him lay his 2 fingers, so.
I was worried there that maybe it was error because Toby was on his account earlier swapping hotkeys and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Turning off quick cast.
Hope he wasn't.
No, he told him the couple of things he changed.
Okay.
Mid
lane.
Good Fisher.
They're set up their Alliance with the rotation coming in. Is Hansen able to get in range for the stun? He is.
Oh yes, and Jonas TP's in. Purification from Talvo though looks to turn it back. A few more hits in, and Astral saves up the OD, and Limp is in deep. He's got to decide, does he commit or does he run? It looks like it's the latter. Makes a bit of distance between himself and the 3 heroes from SG that have all come here to save up this OD and make sure there's no more aggression.
Pablo gets a nice block on C4T. He's able to run away now too. Is actually nobody going to die here?
Queen of Pain even rotated in. They're looking for Limp again, and well, Limp will give the illusion rune over to the OD. But that's what 4 hero committal.
A lot of rotations. Tabo with that clutch save onto OD, then OD with a nice Astral. Tabo is chasing down Era right now. Is he going to be able to get a kill on him here? He's got a Purification up in a second too. Continues chasing. The spills are starting to add up, but Era's low. Nice Sprout.
Era will TP out.
That was precarious for a moment.
Adriano was even coming in as well. Queen of Pain was very close to be able to jump in and actually find the killing blow over onto the Bristleback. What's Limp heading into? Treads are up with the Aqua as well. Only assume that the Blightstone into Deso. Yeah, that's the Blightstone. And this Ancient Stack is going to be able to boost her even closer to it.
I thought you said Nature Prophet. I don't know why.
Maybe I did.
I don't know. I don't think you did.
It's definitely possible I did.
Yeah, Limp farming those Ancients. So nice that TA traps work on Ancients now. It helped her so much to kill them even better. Top lane. Tabo's looking to put some pressure on it. Bottom though. Jonas in trouble.
Denied.
Does not get the deny. Pablo as well. Look, they're trying to chase. Adriano with the blink in. Getting stunned up. TP gets cancelled. And they do get a double with the Sonic Wave usage.
King RD and Adriano pairing up really nicely there to kill off 2. And this time the partnership between Jonas and Pablo not working out as they would have liked. And now it looks like they want to put some pressure onto Air top. They've put the Omni and Dazzle together yet again. With that Purification, so much damage comes out of it. Level 4 up in it now.
Yep.
He's gone for 3 points in the slow. None in Repel just yet from Talvo.
Trying to put a lot of pressure on that safe lane. We have now King RD. It's level 6 on Nyx Assassin, so we'll be seeing that first rotation coming out. See where they want to put that pressure, and it looks like it's probably going to be top.
Where's the rest of Alliance? Hanskin's wandering over. Pablo is leeching experience mid, just clearing out a wave while the TA takes down the 2 big Ancient stacks that have been made up for her. So Limp is, heading into Blink Dagger, it looks like.
Yeah.
TA.
Seems to be the build now. Sometimes you get that like Rush Deso, but for the most part, I've actually been seeing the Blink a lot more now.
So what does the Blink allow you to do? Because Deso is going to, allow you to farm, allows you to fight, but they're just about to catch with Blink.
Limp in some trouble. He gets the refraction off right before the Vendetta hit comes out.
Very, very fortunate mid lane. Bit of damage out from HFN onto Pablo.
But the Blink Dagger allows you to, it's just always to get into the back line. If you can get behind and find the Dazzle, it's ideal. Also for chase, like you can always be able to blink when you have refraction on, even if you take damage. So it gives you like so much potential to actually do like a lot of different things. King RD.
Okay, yeah, one trap slows the Fisher, and now, he's blown out.
Shredded.
Limp with that Melt Strike, level 3 now. Disgusting amounts of damage. Finishes off the Ancients that she came here to do.
HFN went for a Midas. I actually really like this game, especially versus Templar Assassin. TA is going to go Ancients and just like get jungle and get that level advantage over you, but not if you have the Midas. You're able to actually keep up quite well in farm versus her. Pablo just continues farming this mid lane while the Templar Assassin jungles. He's got Arcane Boots finished up, level 6 as well.
What's the Omni up to?
Still just keeping that pressure top. He has a Midas queued up as well.
Yeah. Tread Soul Ring into the hand of Midas, so SG. Planning to go late game, you mentioned the scaling capabilities of Alliance. If you've got these hands of Midas, you're able to...
Courier snipe, Jonas. He gets the Sprout, he has the vision, not in range. He TP's out.
Very close. They come back to try and react, but he's long gone. They're trying desperately to get Pablo into this Blink Dagger now, it looks like, giving him a lot of space to farm. Priority has gone to him a fair amount as Era dips back into the jungle just to farm some neutral creeps.
The game is very close and it's slow-paced. The last few games that I've had, actually the early game has been quite slow from the start. Only 6 kills coming out. The Alliance smoked up though. It looks like they want to put the pressure onto HFN here. HFN walking down the ramp. He's in trouble.
Start with a trap, but this Astral buys time for TPs to come in. First off, the Dazzle. Secondly, get the Omni Knight to come through with the double defensive supports, but Adriana's here with a DD Queen of Pain. Huntskin tries the TP, but he does succeed. No stuns remaining. And what have they got? They've got a Nyx Assassin and an Astral, and that's all the lockdown in the world that they've got. And they group up as 4 looking for this tier 1. They get the Astral in onto 1. Era loses half of his HP, but Tavo in deep. That's the GA. They'll back themselves away, but that trap slows him down, and the Guardian Angel's going to wear off. And Purification keeps him alive a little bit longer. Limp has to turn tail and run a little bit further because SG are very strong now up in the high ground of Fisher. Oh, it catches Tavo, but they don't have the catch.
They tried to sideblade him and get him with the quills. Jonas on the high ground now, looking to try to get that kill. Unable to, though. Alliance, though. Everybody's in mid.
Nice swap into Echo. Oh, the synergy there was great. The self-astral by a little bit of space, but the Sonic Wave across the 4 of them. The stun now in, catches the OD and kills him off. A great impale across the 2 of them, and Limp gets back up onto his high ground. Era wants to turn and fight though, and Alliance, they're running away with this one. It looks like they've lost the 2 supports, but the big cores are still alive. King RT, invis and repelled, backs away behind his tier 1, and Jonas, he turned up to fight. Queen of Pain and OD both falling in King RD. He might die as well. C4T's dead to the Limp TA in the back end. That TA is doing so much damage.
Yeah, there's a lot of heals and a lot of defensive things, but there's no real like stun and lockdown for SG to really like hit people. They just have like, oh, we get healed and then we try to like turn around on you guys. But like you mentioned, it's just a Nyx stun. Yeah. That's it. While Alliance has like very nice fissures coming out from Pablo, hitting multiple heroes each time. The Quills as well started adding up in that fight.
It's like SG, they're like extending team fights, but to what end?
Yeah. They have to get some pretty big stuns from King RD to actually have the real catch in this game. And it's tough. Like you said, Limp has a massive amount of damage, and that was just with Blink Dagger. He's halfway to Desolator as well now, too.
Jonas is going back for a Hand of Midas on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that's I've seen a lot of those builds now. When people get like their one big item and then they go back for the Midas, like the armlet, let's say, or something like that. Armlet drum. Obviously not armlet on Nature's Prophet, but
like a CK.
Yeah, like a CK or something, yeah. Again, Limp goes to Ancients.
Where are these stacks coming from? Every time we look at the Ancients of Alliance, there's, a 2-3 stack or something built up for Limp just to come and clear.
Definitely been doing a good job of keeping up their efficiency.
Down at bot, Adriano and King RD want to control this lane, bring it back, but there is decent force here from Alliance in the vicinity if they push things too far. And then you've got the two supports mid lane just trading farm, leeching experience. C4T gets a nice little counter ward there. Takes out an enemy sentry. Sage of Fen reclaims his lane.
Alliance is definitely feeling very comfortable so far in this game. They haven't really taken a crazy amount. They've only taken one tower so far with their heavy pushing lineup, but SG doesn't have heroes that hit buildings. So these kills, you know, they've only got 4 kills, but even when they do get more kills, it's really hard for them actually to claim an objective off of whatever they do take. Rotations coming out. Looks like they want to try to pressure Era here with the Nyx, the OD, and the Omni. Earthshaker's porting in as is Venge, though. They're ready for this one. Lots of damage coming out, though.
Doesn't look good for the Bristle until the swap comes in. Hanskin, he saved him. The Bristle's out, and they've killed off the Nyx assassin. The GA buys a bit of space, but Talo stunned up, chained almost into oblivion. Adriano hunts into support, but realizes he cannot continue alone. This is not a mission for him. And SG will be thankful that they lose only 1 there.
They committed 3 different ultis there. Guardian Angel, Saturday's Eclipse, and that was the Vendetta to start off. And they do not even kill the Bristle because of the beautiful response from Alliance. The instant TP's coming out as soon as he gets in. That was one of the better swaps I've seen. He was 1 hit from death. It's perfect timing from Hanskin coming in.
I thought they would even have him over the top of the Fissure to be able to, you know.
It looked like it.
One more right click and it would have been done, but Alliance very, very clean. Getting Bristle back out of danger, and then they continue farming. Back towards the Ancients. Keep this lead, as minimal as it is, going. Once they get the big items, you mentioned the Blink into Deso on TA, which looks like it's complete. Double Mithril over on the Courier, so TA does have that. And you can only imagine a smoke, yep. Hanskin smokes them up mid, time to go play.
SG's at least being able to claim this top tower right now, too, and I believe that Tavo has a medallion being delivered out right now. He does, and he's building into that solo crest versus the TA, but like you said, Desolator finished up on TA, and they have Avenge. They actually have so many different ways that they can take Roche, be it Bristle, Nature's Prophet, or TA plus Venge.
And with 2 heroes showing Bristle and Nature's Prophet bot lane, you don't want to give away a tier 1 and let them just push it alone, because it's just not an objective you want to give out. So SG have 4 heroes ready for that pressure on bot lane, and they have no one near the Roshan pit. This is going to be no response. Alliance will get the Aegis over on the Templar Assassin and the regen rune to be bottled up.
Now they can look to start to press a little bit of their advantage for those tier 1s. If they can find like some type of pick off. However, they don't really have like, you know, like that really like straight up initiator. They have like the fissure into like the Venge stun, and then they can have the follow up afterwards. And they have the Templar Assassin traps at least to get the vision to kind of look for those type of pickoffs.
I mean, Pablo is gonna have blink after this creep wave. Right?
Oh, okay, in that case then that's amazing.
That's like fixed all the problems. Bot lane, a little bit of a scuffle there. Adriano gets some damage in onto Limp. Queen of Pain will have to retreat and back up. SG is still splitting the map decently, getting some farm here and there. The OD, amassing a good amount of gold as he heads from Forstaff into the Shiver's Guard as his next item, skipping past Treads and Blink Dagger. And the Shiver's Guard is good for D-push.
The Shiva's on the OD. He just needs armor, right? He's versus Venge, Bristle, and TA.
Yeah,
definitely needs armor versus the 3 heroes. And we said that they don't really have like any magic damage on Alliance. It's Nature's Prophet ult, Earthshaker spells, and then Venge stun. Everything else is completely straight physical. So even the attack speed slow will be really nice for that OD.
And here comes the 5-man of Alliance. 4+1, I guess, with Nature's Prophet lurking around in another lane.
Yeah, they don't even need pickoffs for this. They can just straight barrel down towers now with the Bristleback TA.
One by one, these towers will fall. SG got a couple of avenues to go down here. Split push your way.
They've got Orchid complete at base for the Queen of Pain, so at least he's got that to silence up one of the heroes. But there's not. I mean, they can silence. I think like pre-click Pablo before the Blink Dagger, but they are smoked up. They're looking to try to get the wraparound. Pablo is hiding. They do have a ward placed down now for SG though. They saw Pablo's Blink Dagger.
It's a really nice move by C4T. OD makes the aggressive TP. Looks for the Astral, but Era backs off a little bit. There's the defensive weave, and Adriano shows himself to the observer.
C4T.
Oh, God, the Fissure! Limp clears him up, but Pablo set it up. Maybe he wants to continue. Double traps placed. They've got the vision in behind the tower as well as the ability to slow them down. And Pablo, with this blink, he really wants to get in there. He wants to jump someone.
And Jonas TP's mid, and he's taking the mid tower at the same time as them pressuring the bottom tier 2. They claim both.
Trap slow. Tavo stunned, chained, dead. He's gone.
Uh-oh. SG is looking to have severe problems now. They have an early game oriented lineup, and they're now struggling. It's 4-10, 6K gold lead for Alliance. They are hungry.
In trouble. Before step up into high ground, Pablo blinks. Guesses incorrectly, but still, SG could be in a spot of bother. King RD goes in Viz. HFN turns to Astral and TA, but sprouted up now as the Nyx Assassin's caught by a couple of stuns. The Sonic Wave across the Alliance. It looks good, but it doesn't do too much in the grand scheme of things as King RD being blown up, and so's HFN. They've lost 2 big heroes yet again. And Alliance, you know what? They've got a tier 2 to take.
Yep. They're starting to get stronger and stronger too with the item pickups that they're having. Orchid's about to be finished up on Nature's Prophet, and that's going to make both OD and Quap's life very difficult because it makes Omni... Oh, the nice stuns coming out from Pablo. They're actually able to chain stun Adriano. Now Tavo's forced to Guardian Angel himself, and Alliance is going to claim this tier 2 anyway. So yeah, they're picking up a lot of items that are just going to help them fight so much better versus SG. This Orchid pickup on Nature's Prophet is super good because then the repel becomes harder. He can either silence Omni, he can silence Quap, he can silence OD, Dazzle. Everyone's a great target to silence this game.
Yeah, you're right. It's an absolutely crazy game. The Queen of Pain there, I swear she was there 1 second and on the next. I didn't even see her actually die. Just disappeared off the map.
6 armor hero versus Meld and Desolator. You get set down to -9, so the damage you take is ridiculous. And I think he probably got hit by a terror as well on top of that, so he was probably sitting at a very low amount of armor. C4T, got eyes on him. 1, 2.
Poor little Dazzle.
Oh, and they're not done. They're continuing. They have ward vision of King RD, and they see the other rotations coming down as well. This ward. They're trying to go for Tavo.
Is closing. The Fishermen are coming. Alliance, they're in. The stun is good from King RD. Slows down Limp and HFN. 4 staffs and TPs. The damage from Alliance. Not. Oh, the swap. Hanskin again on the mark. And Limp can chase this one down. HFN with a self-astral as Jonas was silenced up there, but will back off. Sticks up and survives that Santa's Eclipse. It does a little bit, but not enough to kill anyone. And in the meantime, you look at top lane. Errors on a tier 2. This Bristleback is just rampaging down another lane.
Yeah, it's looking really hard for them to kind of come back. It's been what? They haven't gotten even a kill in the last... They haven't gotten a kill in about 10 minutes.
Is it that bad?
It's that bad, yeah. They haven't gotten a kill in 10 minutes. They got a tower, but no kills. They're unable to really claim anything once Alliance did get that Aegis and started 5-manning in a group.
How do they get a kill fogged? Run me through a scenario where they can actually get a kill.
They can catch people with the Nyx, like the Nyx Prophet, like split push and stuff. However, Alliance is running together as a big unit, and they seem to always have sentry wards placed down whenever they're pushing, so Nyx Assassin can't find the opportunities, and there's no other initiation. It's only Nyx as their initiator on SG, and he's their only stun as well.
And there's the BKB over on the TA.
Yeah.
Limp suddenly becomes invulnerable, and with a double damage rune, a cherry on top is right there. Deary me, the tier 2 top, not long for this world as Era pounds on into it. SG not in a position to defend. It's high ground or bust as maybe King RD spotted out, dusted up. Nice carapace. In the end, it doesn't really matter as Limp blinks forward and finds yet another, adding to his streak and becoming an absolute monster.
In the end, it doesn't even matter, huh? I heard that.
Oh, that slipped out a little.
I heard that. I heard that one. DDTA going up on that high ground. Yeah. Oh, the swap onto C4T. They get the repel, but dead 3 hits.
GA comes in too late. This DD Templar Assassin absolutely eviscerating SG. Tier 3 dropping very quickly. It's not even little by little. He's taking chunks of HP and Adriano almost 2-shot.
They can't stop this push. This was the concern that we had too. Even if there wasn't like this much of an advantage, this 5-man potential from Alliance's lineup is super damn strong.
They forward 1-2 dead. BKB from Limp as well. In Echo from Pablo. Catches the 3 and OD. Demolished. Long ago there, Rax and Alliance in game number 1. look like they are cruising to victory.
4-21, 4-22, and they call GG. Alliance with a very well-coordinated game. SG wasn't like totally out of it, but the game is super hard when you pick these type of heroes. They only have one catching hero. It's only the Nyx Assassin to get that catch, the only one with any disable, and then you have an OD and a Queen of Pain, and you lose the lanes.
Yeah, like you have 2 high damage cores and like this multi-layered defense between Omni and Dazzle, but if you can't move into a tower, if you can't set up a fight, if you can't smoke gank, so many options were limited just through the draft, like you're saying, with the 2 cores, needing farm, needing to snowball, and it was difficult from the get-go for them. And Alliance, you know,
they looked good, though. They did look very good. They were very coordinated. They knew exactly their timings and what they wanted to do. Like, Pablo's movement in the early game was like, impeccable. Every single rotation, well, almost every rotation he made was on point. Like, he stacks, then he moves bottom, saves Jonas, gets a kill. He had such a heavy impact on that early game.
I mean, it was like cookie cutter Alliance, right?
Yeah.
They've been playing the same all the way through the tournament. Sure, different heroes here and there, but they do like that, you know, swing from lane to lane. They move very swiftly from objectives. Pablo controls the laning stage, and SG just don't seem to have an answer for it.
Yeah, it was also like they have a completely responsive lineup. Their lineup does not want to get on the aggression. They have to wait for Nyx to get 6 before they can make aggressive moves. It's really hard for them to play this game versus that type of aggressive Alliance lineup. And I think we're going to be cutting to a quick ad break before the next game, which could be the final one.